In this video, we're going to go over some advanced options of the stimulus editor. First, we're going to look at using memory list values for our parameters. Looking at the level, if we right-click on the first option, we can see user input, which we have now, or the option to use a memory list selection. If I choose that, and then I'll switch that to Y because I'm going to be using the Y value, we now see a list of everything that's in our memory list. I've created some message steps that we'll take a look at afterwards, but right now I'm just going to use the enter test level value. We can do the same thing for the start and stop frequency. So we'll leave this as an X value because we'll be using it as a frequency. So we'll change this to enter start frequency from the memory list, and this to enter stop frequency. Right now these are all empty values, so we don't actually get a stimulus yet. But I'll hit OK and take a look at this sequence. I have 3 message steps in the sequence. These will output the 3 memory list values that we're using in the stimulus. Now I'll run the sequence. So for this I'll put in 1 volt, the next one I'll put in 20 kilohertz, and then the stop frequency I'll put in 20 hertz. If we open this back up, we can now see that I have a sweep running from 20 kilohertz to 20 hertz with a test level of 1 volt. What I wrote was just some basic message steps where you manually type in the values. But something much more intricate can be written, and as long as those values are in the memory list, they can be used in the stimulus step. The next thing we'll look at is the table view. So I'll click down here to view table. Instead of that first screen that we saw, we now have a table in the middle with some additional options to the right. If I highlight the top one, I can click Edit. This was the frequency step sweep we were seeing in the basic view. I can also double click on it to edit it. And I could edit everything in here just as I could in the other one. I'll right click and change these back from memory list selections to just user inputs. The next button, Insert, is the main reason we want to be using the table view. We can create a compound stimulus by using this button. So if I select Noise here and click OK, I now have a stimulus that for the first couple of seconds is a sweep, and then for the last second is just noise. The Remove button will delete an individual stimulus from the table. One common thing to use this for is to have a 1K pilot tone at the beginning of a sweep. For example, if you're using a device that requires a signal to wake up and to actually output signal, we can put a 1K tone at the beginning to make sure it captures the entire sweep. So here we'll just sweep 1K to 1K with a duration of 1. And we can see I have my sweep with then 1 second of tone. If I highlight the tone and click Move Up, it will go above the sweep. One checkbox we can see in table view but not in the standard view is Analyze. The Analyze button, when using a compound stimulus, can give us a way to add a signal without actually analyzing it. So if I uncheck Analyze here, it would only be looking at the 20 to 20 Hz sweep in analysis. It would completely ignore this 1K tone I have at the beginning. The rest of these videos will be going over specific stimulus types. Here's a chart of some common use cases. It can also be helpful to work backwards. We can see the desired measurement versus the analysis algorithm. If it is known what measurements you need out of your device, you can use this chart to help pick out an analysis, and then look at this next chart to show what algorithms can be used with different stimuli.